All right, so we're back and ready to dive deep, really deep this time, into something pretty mind-blowing.
Definitely mind-blowing.
You've been following along with us on large vision language models. These AIs that can look at pictures and read text at the same time.
Right.
Well, now we're going to tackle a challenge that even these super smart AIs are struggling with.
Oh, yeah.
How to make sense of multiple images at once. Like, think about it. We humans, we do this without even thinking.
Right, we do.
But for AI, it's a whole different story. It's a real puzzle.
It is. It's true. We can look at a comic strip and understand the story. We see a family photo and we know who everyone is. We get the context.
Exactly.
But for AI, each picture is like its own little island.
Separate.
Yeah, separate. And connecting them all together in the right way, that's a massive problem for AI.
And that's exactly what we're diving into today. We're going to be looking at some cutting-edge research from the Shanghai AI Lab. It's like a detective story, uncovering how these AIs can sometimes hallucinate when they're dealing with multiple images.
Hallucinate.
I know, it sounds wild, right?
Yeah.
Don't worry, we're not talking about robots seeing pink elephants or anything.
Okay, good.
It's not like the AI is creating images out of thin air.
Right.
It's more about them misunderstanding what they're seeing, like making connections that aren't actually there.
Got it.
And the researchers, they focus on two types of these hallucinations.
Oh, they're art types.
Yeah, and they even have cool names. Sequence confusion and element interference.
Interesting. Okay, so sequence confusion, that sounds like something I experience after a long day.
Yeah, totally. But how does this play out when we're talking about AI?
Well, imagine you're showing an AI a bunch of photos that tell a story, right?
Okay.
With sequence confusion, the AI might mix up the order of the events. Like remembering the end of a movie before the beginning.
Wow.
It gets the pieces, but it messes up the story. In fact, there's this great example on their paper, figure 2. They showed an AI 4 pictures. One had a train in it, another had some birds. And they asked the AI what animals are in image 1. And the AI, it was so focused on the train, it completely missed the birds.
Really?
Yeah. And it answered, 2 dogs and 2 sheep.
No way. That's like watching a slideshow but hitting the shuffle button the whole time.
Exactly.
And that could have some serious consequences in the real world.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially if we're talking about AI making decisions in, like, self-driving cars or medical diagnoses.
Right, exactly. And then you've got element interference, which is just as tricky.
Element interference.
Think about that self-driving car again.
Oh.
If it's experiencing element interference, it might mistake a red stop sign for a green traffic light.
Oh, no.
Yeah, because it's mixing up details from different parts of what it's seeing. Maybe it sees a green street sign or a pedestrian wearing a green shirt and it gets confused.
That is a scary thought.
It is, isn't it?
So these hallucinations, even if they seem kind of small, could have a massive impact.
Huge, yeah.
But how do researchers even begin to figure this out? It's not like you could just ask the AI, hey, what are you seeing?
No, you can't, but that's where it gets really cool. Researchers use these things called attention maps. They basically allow them to peek inside the AI's mind, so to speak, and see where it's focusing within the images.
Like a mind-reading tool for AI.
Kind of. And you guessed it, when the AI is hallucinating, its attention is often all over the place. Or it's focusing on stuff that doesn't matter at all.
So that the AI is looking at a beautiful sunset, but it's completely fixated on like a tiny ant on the beach. It's missing the big picture.
Exactly.
So these attention maps are key because they give researchers clues about where the AI is going wrong.
Exactly. Like a detective finding fingerprints at a crime scene.
That's a great analogy.
Yeah.
So that leads us to the heart of this research. A clever solution they call MIA-DPO.
MIA-DPO.
Which stands for Multi-Image Augmented Direct Preference Optimization.
A mouthful.
Yeah, bit of a mouthful. But I'm all ears. How does this help the AI get its vision back on track?
Okay, so think of MIA-DPO as a 3-step training program for the AI.
Right, I'm listening.
First, they take existing data sets, those collections of images used for training,
Yeah.
and they transform them into multi-image sets. So they're creating more complex visual challenges for the AI to solve.
So they're giving the AI more real-world training data?
Yeah, but in a controlled way so they can study how it learns.
Clever. What's the next step?
This is where the attention maps come back in.
Okay.
Step 2 involves analyzing those attention maps to help the AI identify its own mistakes.
Wait, The AI can critique its own work.
In a way, yes, it can spot those moments where it gets confused or starts to hallucinate.
That's wild. So it's like the AI is developing self-awareness. It's saying, oops, I got that wrong.
Kind of, but what happens next? Does it just sit there feeling bad about its mistakes?
Good question.
No, of course not. This is where the DPO part of MIA-DPO comes in direct preference optimization.
DPO.
Step 3 involves using those identified errors to train the AI to avoid them in the future.
It's like learning from your past blunders so you don't repeat them.
Exactly.
That's incredibly efficient.
It is.
But the big question is, does it actually work?
It does. The results are really impressive. MIA-DPO significantly boosted the AI's performance on a bunch of different multi-image tests.
So it's not just a fluke.
No, it's not. And here's the best part. It didn't make the AI worse at single image tasks.
So it's not like it's trading one skill for another.
Nope. And get this, MIA-DPO actually worked on 2 completely different types of LVLMs.
2. So that means it could be a universal solution for this multi-image problem.
That's what it's looking like. Pretty amazing, right?
Totally amazing.
Yeah.
It's like discovering a new learning technique that helps all students, regardless of their background or how they learn best.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting.
I'm a visual learner, so I have to ask, did the researchers provide any visuals to show this improvement?
They did. Figure 6 in their paper shows the before and after attention maps. It's like watching the AI go from blurry vision to perfect clarity.
Wow, I gotta see that.
You can actually see the AI's attention focusing on the right parts of the images. It's really something.
So we've gone from understanding how AI can hallucinate with multiple images to this awesome solution that helps them see clearly.
Yeah. MIA-DPO is showing some really promising results.
This is incredible, but I feel like we've only scratched the surface here. There's so much more to unpack about MIA-DPO and what this all means for the future of AI.
Oh yeah, we're just getting started.
Stick around, because in part 2, we're going to dig even deeper into the nitty-gritty details of this groundbreaking research.
Welcome back. It's great to be diving deeper into MIA-DPO with you.
I'm ready. You know, it really is amazing, this whole idea of using the AI's own mistakes to help it learn.
It's pretty clever, isn't it?
It is, but I do have a question. We talked about those multi-image data sets that the researchers created.
Right.
Could those actually make the AI worse at handling regular single images?
That's a really good question.
It's like, if you only train for a marathon, will you forget how to run a 5K?
Exactly. That's a great analogy. But actually, the researchers addressed this directly in their paper.
No.
And they found that MIA-DPO doesn't mess with the AI's ability to perform well on single image tasks.
So it's not like it's losing any of its original skills.
Not at all. It's more like it's gaining new skills on top of the ones it already has.
So we're not creating AI specialists that can only handle very specific things. We need AI generalists, right?
Exactly. We need AI that's versatile and adaptable, and MIA-DPO seems to be a good way to achieve that.
No, I remember the paper mentioned testing MIA-DPO on 2 different types of LVLMs.
Yes, they did.
Why 2? Was it just to show off how well their technique works?
Well, partly, but it was more about making sure MIA-DPO wasn't just a one-trick pony.
What do you mean?
Like, some solutions only work for a specific type of AI.
Ah, I see.
So they tested it on 2 models with very different designs, LEAS and in turn LM. They wanted to see if MIA-DPO could be a universal solution.
Kind of like testing a new teaching method on students with different learning styles.
Precisely. If it works for everyone, you know you've got something special.
And did it work for both? Were the results the same?
Yes, they were. MIA-DPO gave both LVLM and intern LM a significant performance boost on those multi-image tests.
So it really does seem like it could be a widely applicable solution for improving how AIs understand multiple images.
That's what the research is indicating, yes.
That's incredible. It really does feel like we're witnessing a breakthrough in AI training.
It's very exciting.
It's almost like we're giving AI a cognitive upgrade.
I like that. A cognitive upgrade.
And this combination of augmented data sets, attention analysis, and direct preference optimization, it's a powerful combination.
It really is.
It makes you wonder what other breakthroughs are just around the corner, right?
Absolutely. The field of AI is constantly moving forward.
But it's not just about the technical advancements. It's about what these advancements mean for us, for humanity.
You're right. As we're talking about AI that can understand images, analyze its own errors, learn from those errors, it's impressive, but it can also be a little intimidating.
I agree. But it's important to remember that this research and all the progress we're seeing in AI, it's not about replacing humans. It's about creating tools that can help us.
Tools that can make us better, expand our capabilities, and help us tackle those really complex problems.
It's like giving all of humanity a power-up.
I like that. A power-up for humanity.
But we also need to be responsible with these tools.
Yes, absolutely. We need to guide the development of AI.
And make sure it's being used ethically.
And focus on how it can benefit everyone.
You know, those attention maps, they're not just a technical tool. They're a reminder that even the most sophisticated AIs are still machines.
True.
They think differently than we do.
They do, and they have their own strengths and weaknesses.
And the more we understand those differences, the better we'll be at working with AI.
And harnessing its power.
And navigating this future that's coming at us so fast.
Right. It's all about finding the right balance between human ingenuity and artificial intelligence.
Well, listeners, we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive, but we're not quite done yet. In our final part, we're going to shift gears from the technical to the practical.
That sounds good.
We're going to explore some real-world applications of this research and what it could mean for the future of different industries.
Looking forward to it.
Stay tuned. All right, we're back for the final part of our deep dive into multi-image AI. We've covered how AIs can hallucinate, that clever MIA-DPO solution, and even what this all means for us humans.
It's been quite a journey.
But now let's shift gears from the theoretical to the practical. What does this research actually mean for the real world?
Well, the potential applications are really exciting. Think about medical diagnosis.
Oh yeah, doctors are always looking at multiple scans and images.
Exactly. And AI powered by MIA-DPO could help them spot those tiny details that might be missed by the human eye.
So we're talking about more accurate diagnoses, maybe even catching things earlier.
Potentially, yes. And it's not about replacing doctors, of course.
Right. It's about giving them an extra tool, an extra set of eyes.
Precisely. And the applications go way beyond medicine. Think about self-driving cars.
Oh, yeah. They use tons of cameras and sensors.
Right. And they need to process all that information in real time to navigate safely.
And MIA-DPO could help them avoid those misinterpretations, those hallucinations we talked about.
Exactly. It's like giving the car a more human-like understanding of what's going on around it.
And it's not just about safety, right? Imagine smoother, more efficient driving.
Oh, absolutely. A car that can anticipate traffic, adjust to changing road conditions, even find you the perfect parking spot.
All thanks to MIA-DPO.
It's pretty amazing, isn't it? And we can't forget about robotics.
Ah, yes. Robots are becoming more and more common in different industries.
And they need to be able to understand their environment. MIA-DPO could play a huge role there.
Robots working alongside humans, safely and efficiently, taking on those dangerous or repetitive tasks.
Exactly. The possibilities are endless, and it's not just practical applications either. What about creativity?
Oh, interesting. You mean like AI creating art?
Exactly. Or composing music, designing buildings, generating virtual worlds.
Wow, AI as a creative partner.
The future of AI is full of potential, and this research is a big step towards realizing that potential.
As we wrap up this deep dive, I'm just in awe of what we've uncovered. From a technical challenge to a world of possibilities. It's incredible how AI is learning to see the world and the impact it could have on our future.
It's mind-blowing, and we're just at the beginning. Who knows what other breakthroughs are waiting for us?
Well, dear listeners, we've reached the end of our deep dive. But keep exploring this world, ask questions, and imagine the possibilities. The future of AI is being shaped right now, and it's up to all of us to ensure that it's a future that benefits everyone.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Keep learning, keep exploring, and keep pushing those boundaries. Until next time.
Thanks for joining us on The Deep Dive.